The night seemed dark, and it felt like the headlights of my car were the only source of light in this utter darkness. The road wound through a dense forest, and an eerie silence enveloped everything, undisturbed by the rustle of the wind or the sounds of nocturnal wildlife. Only the sound of tires on asphalt broke the stillness. Suddenly, I felt the air grow heavier. An unexpected fog rolled in, enveloping the road in a thick veil. I slowed down, trying to figure out what was happening, but the fog only thickened, as if someone were deliberately blocking my way, preventing me from turning back. And then I noticed it. The fog began to clear, revealing an entirely different road before me. It was dark, ancient and weathered, with cracked asphalt rising above it like tendrils of mist. From the roadside, strange shadows of trees watched me, branches resembling bony hands reaching out towards me. The road was empty, as before, but something ominous hung in the air, something ancient, as if this very land remembered more than a human life could contain. I continued driving, gripped by a strange feeling that I was being watched. Suddenly, in the distance, a figure loomed in the darkness. It was a person, or at least something resembling a person. I squinted, trying to get a better look, and to my horror, I realized that the figure was standing still, but its face was turned toward me, despite its body facing the other way. It seemed to be watching me with eyes that never blinked, devoid of pupils. I couldn't tear myself away from its gaze. Every time I turned to look away, it was there, like a ghost hiding in the shadows. Fear washed over me like a wave, and I understood. It was not just watching, it was waiting. With trembling hands gripping the steering wheel, I quietly spoke, "What are you?" In response, a low, raspy voice echoed, "I am a part of you, your shadow that you tried to forget." This reply pierced me like a cold knife, making my heart race. "No, that's impossible. I can't be like this," I muttered, but the inner fear grew. "What do you want from me?" "I've come to remind you, you cannot escape from yourself," the figure spoke, its voice like a whisper of wind among dead trees. "You have hidden your fears all your life, but they have always been here. They are an inseparable part of you." I felt my legs turn to jelly. "But I don't want this. I can't be like this." I suddenly turned the car around, but the road vanished in an instant, and I found myself in an abyss. "You are already lost. You cannot escape who you are," it whispered, drawing closer. I saw that its face had become blurred, as if made of shadow and fog, reflecting my own fears and doubts. "What will you do to me?" I screamed in despair. "I will open your eyes," it replied, and suddenly everything around me was enveloped in darkness. I saw scenes from my life, moments of weakness and fear that I had tried to forget. Each memory compressed into blackness, and I realized that the figure was not just an image. It was a reflection of my soul, filled with pain and dissatisfaction. "Understand, you have never been free," it continued, and its voice grew louder, transforming into a scream. "You are but an illusion, lost in time." I shrank back into the seat, realizing that I could no longer resist. Terror enveloped me as I understood that I had never known who I truly was. My life was a series of masks, each hiding the truth, and now I stood on the brink of its revelation. "You are bound to your fears like to chains," it continued, moving closer. "Every mask you wear only deepens your darkness. Acknowledge it, and I will set you free." But this freedom seemed terrifying to me. I felt an emptiness growing inside, and a chilling realization dawned upon me. True freedom might lie in embracing the darkness, acknowledging it, and becoming one with it. I did not just fear, I was fear, and perhaps the only way to survive was to come to terms with this truth. "But what will happen to me if I accept this?" I whispered, filled with despair. You will gain your power, it answered, and its face twisted, embracing an all-consuming darkness. But you must be ready to pay the price. Not everything hidden is capable of bringing forth light, and not everything that shines is true.